Bellamy. Number 3, Unique Kelly. Number 58, Joey Speck. Number 65, Dwayne DJ Bryant.
Y'all, there's
Vikings have won the toss and deferred. Union will receive to start the game. Officials for tonight: referee Jimmy Williams, umpire Joseph Easingwood, linesman James Sanders, line judge Dwight Shepard, back judge DeQuill McNeil. This time, if I can ask everyone to please face the concession stand where you will see the flag, we'll play the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's once again time for Hometown Nights under the Friday Night Lights. Tonight, we are on the campus of West Columbus High School as Union travels down the road to Viking country to take on the West Columbus Vikings. Once again, it is time for high school football here in Southeast North Carolina. Absolutely beautiful evening, about 85, 90 degrees. Nice breeze, at least blowing in the press box, which I really appreciate. But we have high school football, and if you think, if you slept the last couple of years, West Columbus football has arrived in southeastern North Carolina. We've got a pretty good crowd here in the stands. We've got, tailgating going on out, behind the stadium. There's an electric atmosphere here at West Columbus, and they're looking to do some big things. Had a chance to talk to the folks out in Clinton last week, at the end of their last scrimmage, talked to some of the reporters out there and the coaches. And I'll tell you, they came away last week impressed with this Viking team. Got a little bit better of the Vikings on the scoreboard, but I'll tell you that they walked away knowing they were in a fight. As a Union team comes in, having had a tough couple of years, but really trying to look to rebound, and good numbers for this team from Union this year. Vikings about to take the field.
All right, guys, let's get on our feet as our Vikings prepare to take the field.
Vikings about to take the field for the first time this year, coming off a 9-4 season, third round of the state playoffs. Most wins in school history. Actually, take the second most in school history. The 1979 team won 10 ball games. Made it to the third round of the state playoffs for the first time in school history. So let's take a listen for high school football here in the Southeast. Let's let you hear the sights and sounds of some of the most exciting times of football coming out for the first time of the season here in Viking country. And here come your West Columbus Vikings.
And here go the Vikings.
Special time of the year. I mean, for me, it's almost like Christmas, getting a chance to see these kids come out. I mean, they're looking to slab leather for somebody with a different, with a different color jersey on for only the second or third time, and this time is live. Kicking game's live. Everything's live. And if you don't get butterflies, if you're a young man this time of the year, you're just not trying hard enough. Got 5 and 7 back deep to receive for Union. West Columbus looking to kick the ball going from right to left. Union will be going from left to right.
Second kick for the Vikings, number 6, Ryan Strickland.
Ryan Strickland set to kick the ball off and kick off the season for the Vikings. Have number 5 and number 7 for Union back to receive. I'm sorry we don't have an accurate roster. Max Press let us down there, guys. Now, see if we kind of kick off. We got Strickland, returning kicker for the Vikings from last year, and he can boot it a ways, but we've also seen a lot of pooch kicks the last several years, so your guess is as good as mine, what we're going to see. But we're about to kick off the high school football season here in southeastern North Carolina. Strickland about to put his boot to the ball. Vikings wearing blue on blue. Ball taken on about the 5. Take it up the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain by number 20, Tony Jordan.
Brings it up to about the 25-yard.
First and 10 Union on the 25. Vikings anchored by a strong play of DJ Bryan on the corner, but Vikings returned a lot on defense and looked to make hay in the Union backfield all evening. Vikings look to control the line of scrimmage against not a very tall Union team. Union in the shotgun. Fumble snap. Looks like it will be recovered by the Vikings and taken in for the touchdown. Tony Jordan with a 25-yard touchdown on the fumble recovery.
Jordan with a scoop and run.
And if you're a West Columbus Viking fan, that's how you want to start the year. 6-0 Vikings on a 25-yard fumble recovery by Tony Jordan. And a lot to be happy about here in Viking country early. Vikings out to kick the extra point.
Ryan Strickland set to kick the extra point.
Strickland looked to put the toe to the ball. Really early in the season trying to figure out who's on special teams. And this will be unique because for the first time this summer, special teams are live. Scrimmages the last couple of weeks in all the areas, not live kicking game, but this is going to be first time, live action. Kick is down, hold down, kick is up, and kick is good.
Extra point is good.
Our score with 11:52 here in the first quarter, Vikings 7, Union 0. Spartans having a rough time, the last couple of years. Not the way they wanted to start off after a long bus trip. So if if you're the Vikings, that's how you wanted to start off. You wanted to start off with a bang. And coming in, knowing, and I've talked a little bit about this with Franklin Davis and with Brett Burrows and Matt Gore and some of the folks here in Viking country, and it's a unique situation for the Vikings this year. They go from being the hunter to being the hunted. They've got that X on their back this year. Teams are looking for them. They're not going to surprise anybody, but this Viking team looks to take a step up with their program, and knowing they're coming in expected to win, coming out strong, and they did just that with a 7-0 lead on the Tony Jordan touchdown on the fumble recovery. Let's try this one more time. Strickland set to put the toe to the ball. Fireworks early in Viking country. Deep kick. Take it on about the 5. Let's take it to the middle. Submarined by number 25, Landon Stewart. Landon Stewart didn't get much of them, but got just enough and took him to the ground. It'll be 1st and 10 Spartans on about the 24-yard line. Pretty much about where we started last time. Stout defensive line causing havoc already for the Spartans. And again, it's going to be a key for Vikings all year to play defense in the offensive backfield. Quarterback keep around the left side, taken for about a 2-yard loss, and it'll be 2nd and 13 on about the 22, 21-yard line.
Short loss on the play.
Always wondered about this. Correction, be about 2nd and 11. They did give them some forward progress. I always wondered about these teams going into the shotgun, especially when they've had trouble getting that the snap off. 2nd 10.5, about 11 on about the 23. Split backs in the backfield. Not much happened. Stout play by number 12, Junior Stewart on the right end makes the tackle before he can even get forward for maybe 1 or 2. 3rd and about 9 for the Spartans. Not much happening on the offense. The West Columbus defense, as advertised, playing pretty stout. And 3rd and 2 sticks, and not a lot of plays for that. West going to pin their ears back. Drops back to pass. Deep throw. Intercepted. Intercepted by and he's still chucking and jucking and juking and jiving. Is number 27.
By number 1, Jalen Bellamy.
Jalen Bellamy with the interception. And lateral to 27, Trayshawn Hunter. Hey, time to get creative. Intercepted by 1 and lateral to 27. And we having fun now. Anything can happen when the ball's live now, guys. Vikings 1st and 10, the ball on the 46 of Union. Scott Gunn split backs, handed off up the middle. He's going to take it off the right-hand side for about 4 or 5. Is number 11, Aaron Evans. Tackled by the right-hand side of that Union line. And about 2nd and 5 for the Vikings. Quickly back up to the ball. Once again, the quarterback this year is number 3, Unique Kelly. Nothing happened. Cleaned up by Union. Number 9 and number 60 for Union. They were having none of that. Loss of 2 or 3 will make it 3rd and 6 for West Columbus on about the 42-yard line. Kelly sees the blitz, passes it out to number 1, Bellamy. Bellamy looks to take it to the corner, and he is to the house. Unique Kelly to Jalen Bellamy for a 42-yard touchdown, and all of a sudden West Columbus is up 13. 42-yard touchdown for Jalen Bellamy on the pass from Unique Kelly, and the Vikings up by 2 scores quick. West Columbus so far looking as advertised and doing a lot right, and Lamont Williamson in his 5th year hopes he can keep the pedal to the gas, and with these guys with good habits over the course of the year. Strickland once again to kick the extra point. High snap, corralled. It's up, and it is good. Our score with 9:23 to go here in the first quarter. West Columbus on top of the Spartans by a score of 14-0. Once again, Lamont Williamson in his 5th year from at the helm of Viking country, and under his leadership, the Vikings have increased in wins every year for the last several years. Now, exciting times in Viking country, as for the first time last night, the JV Vikings took the field in several years. They fell to a tough Trask team, 22-16, but I mean, having a JV team before school even starts is a major step in the growth of this Viking program. Strickland already with a busy night, 2 extra points and 2 kickoffs, and he'll tow it for the 5th time tonight. Strickland gets the whistle, and we'll kick this thing off. Ball taken on about the 7. Up the right-hand side, gets a little bit of a gash before he's taken down at the 31, 32-yard line. Got to talk up a little bit about these Vikings. They got 5 Vikings currently playing ball in college. Lassane Powell with the tackle. But you got 5 Vikings in college right now. Xander Axelberg and Franklin DeLeon are freshmen at Guilford College in Greensboro. Cameron Eady is playing ball as a freshman at St. Andrews in Laurinburg. Antonio Odom is a sophomore at St. Augustine. Denori Max, a sophomore at Methodist. And these Vikings are really turning the corner and really making strides to play ball at the next level. Shotgun snap against the wishbone backfield. Motion. Hand off to number 7. He's taking up the middle. Splits the first tackle, does not get the second before he's tackled by Bellamy after a short game. Johnson picks up a good 7, and it'll make it 6, and it'll be 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4 for the Spartans. And Spartans looking to get a little bit going and get their defensive rest. It's been wham, bam, thank you, ma'am here in the first quarter. 2nd and 6 for the Spartans. High snap, Corral taking it off the right-hand side. Nothing happening. Number 65.
Tackle made by number 65,
DJ Bryant. Again, one of the standouts at the last scrimmage against Clinton. And Bryant says, okay, announcing his presence. And I'll tell you, there was nothing happening on that right side of the offensive line. 3rd and about 6 for the Union Spartans. We got about 8:12 to go here in the first quarter. West Columbus up by 14. Split backs, motion. Quarterback keeper, he'll take it up the middle. Breaks the first tackle, breaks the second. And he will drive forward for a first down. I mean, heck of a good job by the young man keeping his feet going. 1.
We'll bring up a Spartan first down.
Spartan first down, keeps the defense off the field, gives them a little bit of a rest. It'll be 1st and 10 Spartans, ball on the Spartan 42. We've been here a lot today. Pass.
Pass broken up by number 7, Damon Williams.
Damon Williams breaks up the pass. And for all the world, I'm pretty sure they could have called an offensive back in motion, but they, at this point they kind of got away with it, letting them go a little bit here in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Spartans, and Spartans just needing a little bit of air. I would think they would definitely need to at least keep West Columbus off the scoreboard here in the rest of the first quarter if they're going to have any chance of coming back into this ball game. A little bit of confusion in the defensive alignment. Pass again.
Across the middle. Intended for number 9.
Pass intended for number 9. And that's how they draw it up in the defensive coach. Bellamy breaks up. That's what you call arriving with bad intentions and separating the man and the ball. And almost separated his head from his shoulders at that point, too. Timeout called by Union, facing a 3rd and 10 on their own 42-yard line. We'll take a quick timeout here, and we'll recognize the mom squad here at West Columbus doing a fantastic job making sure the boys are taken care of, take care of the pregame meals, take care of pretty much anything that needs to be done for their young men. So let's give a shout-out for this commercial break to the mom squad here at West Columbus High School. Let's also give a shout-out to the folks in the press box doing a great job. And, volunteers all, but every job they do is very, very important to make sure these games come off for these young men. And, you got to love them here in Viking country. They take care of them. They make it like it's big time. Okay, back to the action. It's 3rd and 10 for Union. Union in a bit of a hole, already down 14. Desperately needing a couple first downs to at least stem the tide for this West Columbus team. Problem you got now is at 3rd and 10, there's nothing they can do but pin their ears. West Columbus is going to be able to pin their ears back, and you don't need to give DJ Bryant much of a lane, and he will be in your backfield causing havoc all night long. Got a first flag on the field, offensive motion, so we got a false. Our first time with Laundry on the field, and it's an offensive penalty against Union for illegal procedure. So if 3rd and 10 was bad, 3rd and 15 is much, much worse because there's not a lot in the playbook, especially when you're going against a stout defensive line when they're able to pin their ears back. Once again, an absolutely beautiful night here on the campus of West Columbus High School. And we are about in the only place with air, and that's here in the press box. So give a shout out to the people at Carrier for their great air conditioning system. It's working fine. Drops back to pass. Nobody open, and he's forced to run for his life, and he is picked up after a short gain by the left side of that line, and that's number 22, Ryder Haynes. Haynes, the younger brother of Bailey and Jagger Haynes, both stellar athletes in the past for West Columbus, carrying on a great family tradition. 4th and about 14 for Union. Looks like they're going to drop back to punt. A lot of confusion here with alignment. I think they got one too many people in the huddle. Deep punt by number 5. It's going to roll all the way down to about the 22. Picked up dangerously and brought forward. Bellamy takes it up the right-hand side, and he will go to the house. 78-yard punt return by Jalen Bellamy, and all of a sudden, the Vikings are up 20. Great camera work by our young students checking that thing all the way up the corner. And I'll tell you, if you're West Columbus, you couldn't draw up a start to the season any better than this. Vikings in familiar territory setting up for the extra point. Ryan Strickland getting his legs getting a workout tonight on to kick his 3rd PAT of the ball game. Low snap corralled. Strickland tries to get it. Can't get it off the ground because he got people sitting in his lap, and the extra point is no good. Our score was 6:14 to go here in the first quarter. 6:14 to go. Vikings down, up 20, and not much going right if you're Union, but Union's going to keep scratching. We saw them last year a couple times, and they're going to keep fighting all year. So if you're West Columbus, you got to start guarding against having a letdown because you're playing these kids, and it's going to be a long ball game, and it's a hot night. But it looks like these younger Vikings are going to get an opportunity to get some varsity action early. And if they're going to be used later, it's going to be very important to get them as much action as they can, or, as quickly as possible. Strickland, once again, to kick off. He's had 3 PAT attempts and 3 kickoffs right now, and this, I believe, is his 4th. Give a shout out to the great kids, especially many of them doing their first game tonight for CCCA under the direction of Miss Connie Falk. Love to get the opportunity to come out and see you guys every Friday night for football and basketball, the occasional baseball, softball, or volleyball game. But really excited for a brand new set of kids to start this year. Strickland toes the ball from the 40, kicks it down to about the 8 or 9 yard line. The ball will be taken up the right-hand side. Switches field to his left, picks up maybe another yard or two. And it'll be 1st and 10 Union on about the 23-yard line. Sean Murchison with the tackle. And Vikings excitedly flying all over the field earlier today. 6:08 still to play in the first quarter. And Vikings up 20.
On their own 25-yard line.
Looks like they gave him the 25. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 25 for the Spartans. Spartans changing quarterbacks. Number 10, the quarterback now. That up back is just dying to run forward. I've seen it a couple times, and they finally started calling him. Up back on the left-hand side.
Full start the call. We'll back him up 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15.
Unfortunately, if you're Union right now, when it rains, it pours. And not a lot going Union's way at this point, and they can't keep getting behind the sticks because up 20 and behind the sticks is a dangerous, dangerous recipe for disaster against a solid, strong defensive line like West Columbus. A little bit of movement on the defensive backfield, and still not much happening. Ball tackled by number 21, Xavier Tart, and the rest of the West Columbus defensive line.
Tackle made by about nine Vikings.
Nothing happened. Still 2nd and 15 for Union. Clock ticking down here in the first quarter.
On the play will be 2nd and 15.
Everybody but the kitchen sink in the backfield for Union. High snap, handed off up the middle. Breaks the first couple of tackles before he's being brought down by number 21 and number 9. Tackled by Xavier Tart and Jameer Dorsey. Gain of about 2 on the play will make it 3rd and 13 for Union. Still a long way to go to get a first down. And West Columbus, licking their chops at this point. High snap. Draw play for Union. Riding him down is number 22, and that is Ryder Haynes.
Gain on the play, tackle made by number 22, Ryder. Trained Haynes.
Yeah. Ryder's an apt name because he rode him about 2 or 3 yards, but he got him down. 4th and about 6 or 7 for Union. Once again, that full house backfield.
Get loud, guys. 4th down.
Okay, substitution for Union. A little confusion on all parts at this point. Once again, not an automatic first down as it's 4th and about 6 or 7. West Columbus being called for offside.
Offside against the Vikings.
Makes it more manageable, about 4th and 2 or 3. But now it's a little bit more manageable. Union's still in punt formation. Snap is back, punt is up. Ball goes to about the 36 before being taken loosely by a West Columbus Viking. Nice block on the upside, and Bellamy's going to take it to the house.
To the house again. Touchdown, Vikings.
Bellamy on a 30, let's see, ball was on about the 35, I guess. So we'll say it's a 65-yard punt return for Jalen Bellamy, his second of the evening. Bellamy announcing his presence here in the first quarter with 2 special teams touchdowns, and that's going to get the notice of a lot of folks here in the Waccamaw Conference. Bet you can't guess what we're about to see, as we got McPherson on the field for another kick. Ryan Strickland. Strickland kicking several times. We're going to have to ice down his leg here at the end of this ball game, or maybe even at halftime. Last one was partially blocked as he had defenders in his lap after a low snap. High snap, corral, kick is up, and kick is good.
Kick is good.
Our score with 3:40 to go here in the first quarter. West Columbus 27, Union 0. And, you know, if you're Lamont Williamson, this is how you draw up the start of the season. 1 penalty in, 6-7 minutes of, about 8 minutes of football action, and you couldn't draw it up any better. Now, the competition will get more stout as they go along, but West Columbus showing the attitude of knowing they're the hunted instead of the hunter right now, and they are really firing on all cylinders early. Nice. I mean, you got to love high school football here early in the first quarter. West Columbus looking as advertised. If we can get some scores, we'll take a look and see what's going on around the Waccamaw and 1A, 2A. Tonight, East Columbus is at Jones Senior. I think Whiteville's at Bunn, and South is playing home against West Bladen. Nice line drive kickoff, taken all the way on about the 10-yard line. Coming up the right-hand side, moving over to his left, picks up good yardage, a good about 28-yard run back for Union. They'll take over 1st and 10 on about the, looks like about the 38-yard line. Change of possession once again. We've been around this 38, 40-yard line for the better part of half an hour, and not much traction being gained by this Union team.
Injury timeout.
Injury timeout. Hate to see that at this point in the year. Really easy to cramp up at this time of the year. I mean, these young gentlemen, first time going live this year for a regular amount of time, and the heat and the humidity will get you. So hopefully it's just a cramp and he'll be able to continue on the ball game. Nice crowd. The Vikings starting to really come out and support their team this year. I mean, the last couple of years you've seen, general increases in crowds, and really this whole Sarah Gorda, West Columbus, Viking area, lower parts of Tabor, Fair Bluff are starting to get behind their Vikings. So it's good to see the program on the upswing. We remember coming here about 6-7 years ago when the Vikings had about 18, 19 students playing, not a JV team, till school started, and a lot of good things happening here in Viking country as the Vikings have done a fantastic job of really building their program, especially that youth sports program. Speaking of their youth sports program, Jeff, I want to try it. I need your notes for a minute. As we return to action, be 1st and 10 for Union. Inside handoff taken for about a 2-yard loss, as the left-hand side of that Viking line was having none of it. Had a chance to talk to Jeff Axelberg before the ball game, and he reminded me that youth football signups continue for West Columbus through August 31st. Please see the West Columbus Youth Sports Club Facebook page for more information. If you want to see the Vikings of tomorrow and you want to see these kids built up to really represent West Columbus well, take a look at that youth sports program. They're teaching good values to those kids, and they're doing a great job of making them not only good football players, but quality young men. If you get a chance, talk to the youth sports folks and get your kid involved. Is the best thing for them. High snap. Option. And he is taken for a long. Ball's up and recovered by West Columbus. Number 44, Kenny Barfield gets into the action. And Barfield, welcome to the party. And I mean, West Columbus, I mean, they were in the backfield before the ball was. It looked like they took the snap and were, in the backfield before, Union even looked up. And all of a sudden, up 27, West Columbus has the ball on the 23, 24-yard line. First and 10, Vikings on about the 24. Offside's going to make it first and 5, and we'll go from the 24 to about the 19.
Offsides is the call. 5-yard penalty.
Still in the first quarter, Vikings up 27. Snap taken off to the left. Number 11 on the carry for West Columbus.
Number 11, Aaron Evans.
Aaron Evans takes the ball, and it looks like he picks up the Viking first down, and it'll be first and goal for the Vikings on about the 7.
We are sitting at first and goal Vikings.
First and goal Vikings on, looks like, about the 8-yard line. Vikings quick to get to the line of scrimmage in the shotgun. Hand off to Evans once again. Evans driving his feet. Takes it down to about the 2. It'll be second and goal.
About a 5-yard pickup will bring up second and goal.
Second and goal Vikings. Vikings no huddle. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Hand off around the outside. He'll take it up, turn the corner, and into the end zone.
Touchdown Vikings. Number 27, Dejon Hart.
Dejon Hart gets into the action with his first touchdown of the young season. And all of a sudden the Vikings up 33-0 here in the first quarter with 2:08 to go. If you're Union, when it rains, it pours. And right now, Union with not a lot of answers and not a lot of depth on the bench right now as Union has, unfortunately, run headlong into a rocket ship as the West Columbus offense. And once again, West Columbus is going to be kicking the extra point. Kick is up, and it is no good. No good.
Extra point is no good.
Our score with 2:08 to go here in the first quarter, 33-0. We're going to take a quick timeout, and let's recognize the athletic programs here at West Columbus. Volleyball, you got soccer starting, you got a lot of great things going on. If you get a chance, come out and support these young men and young women in all of our all the high schools in the county in their endeavors. They really enjoy getting out in front of a crowd and performing for you guys. So if you get a chance, come out and support the student athletes of Columbus County. They do a great job each and every year and in each and every sport. You can hear the Viking horn off in the distance as West Columbus, putting out tape that's going to show that they're going to be in the thick of things here in the Waccamaw Conference. And, they're going to be there at the end. They got great games coming up against Whiteville, against South Columbus. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And if they don't win the conference, they're going to be right there deciding who does at the end. Strickland's kick is up once again. Pick up at about the 8, taken off to the right-hand side, and ridden down by the Vikings at about the 21, 22-yard line.
Number 10, Ethan Matheson. Good tackle.
End of the first quarter score, East Columbus 16, Jones 0. Yeah, end of the first. Yeah, they're playing Jones.
Score update, East Columbus 16, Jones nothing.
End of the first.
End of the first.
First and 10 on about the 22 for Union. And still looking for answers. Low snap. And just about got out with his life. And looking around.
Loss in the backfield.
The center of that West Columbus line about took the snap. And he's, quarterback turned around and is like, looking for the license plate of that truck that just hit him.
Big loss on the play.
Loss of about 8 or 9. It'll be second and about 20. Second timeout Union here in the first quarter. We're getting close to already here in the first quarter. Another 10 points or so, and we'll be on a running clock for, most of the ball game. Well, that's a good question. If you're out there, Franklin, let us know. Do you have to wait till halftime to get to the running clock? We're asking up here in the press box. During this timeout, let's see who else we can recognize. Let's welcome and recognize the new principal here at West Columbus High School, John Browning. Browning took over after a brief stint by Mr. Bowen, and let's welcome him to the community. He does a great job, and he's going to be out here for us at halftime today. So, if you get a chance, stop in. Just let him know, if you have any ideas to help our students and our student athletes, I'm sure he'd love to hear from you. Union taking their second time out in the first quarter, and, it's going to be a long night, unfortunately, for the hardened faithful of Union who have made the trek all the way down here to see the game. Back taking off the left-hand side. Gets a little bit of a crease, gets some of it back, but he's only got a couple, and it'll be a quick third down. Ryder Haynes on the tackle with a little over a minute to go here in the first, and I'm sure if you're Union right now, you want to get to the end of this first quarter and get a breath of air. Third in a bunch for the Spartans. Handoff. Looks like DJ Bryant. Actually, no. That was actually the other side of the line. Number 20 for West Columbus.
Number 20, Tony Jordan.
Tony Jordan. West Columbus, these younger Vikings, getting the opportunity to play and play early is going to be important. As we get later on in the season, these games get a bit more important.
Number 34, Caleb Sweetley back deep for the Vikings.
Caleb Sweetley back deep for the Vikings on about the 45. And that's the end of the first quarter. Our score, West Columbus on top of Union, 33-0.
First quarter, Vikings 33, Spartans 0.
Yeah. Vikings coming out looking to make a statement early in the season. And they have done just that. So let's give another shout out since we got a commercial break here. And, I don't have any spots. So let's give a shout out to Columbus County Schools teachers. Columbus County Schools teachers returning to the classroom the last couple days, getting ready for the school year, which starts on August the 28th. Convocation for Columbus County Schools will be this Wednesday the 23rd. A lot of great PD happening. So let's give a shout out to the teachers getting back into the classroom and getting our students ready to learn. One of the most important jobs in our community is taking care of our young people. So let's give a shout out to Columbus County Schools teachers. God bless you. Thank you for the work you do. Per our rules expert, you have to wait till halftime to invoke the mercy rule unless both coaches agree. Once again, let let me go ahead and reinforce that to you guys. You have to wait till halftime for the mercy rule unless both coaches agree, but we're rapidly approaching that territory, and if not, it's going to be a long night.
Yes, unless coaches agree.
So here we are in the second quarter, brand new set of minutes, 12 to go before halftime. And here we are at the other end of the field for the first time tonight. Fresh grass. And we'll go back the other direction. Once again, back to kick is Union. Sweetly back deep on about the 47. The last time out by Union. And let's see, we can give another shout out to, we give it a shout out to our Columbus County Schools teachers. So let's give a shout out to the Columbus County Schools facilities management staff working hard to get these buildings ship-shape and looking great for the coming school year. They do a fantastic job in the heat of the summer and all year long making sure our facilities are first rate. So let's give a shout out to the facilities department of Columbus County Schools. Reminder that convocation is this week. Also, the ribbon cutting for the new school over in Tabor will be on the 24th. Get a chance to come and take a look at that brand new school. It is absolutely beautiful. We're going to try one more time to kick this thing. Looks like we've had about 3 stoppages since we lined up to kick. He's back. Directional kick does not go far. And honestly, didn't even get back to 6. And that was impressive because you just had a West Columbus Viking flip over the fence on the punt coverage. Now, that's dedication, y'all. That's dedication. If you're willing to flip over the fence, you've given everything you had to give. First and 10 Vikings, ball on about the 20-yard line. Short field for the Vikings as they look to go up 39 or 40 points.
On their own, about 21-yard line.
Wholesale substitutions by the Vikings, trying to make sure everybody gets an opportunity. And again, as these games start becoming more meaningful, these younger Vikings getting the opportunity to, get varsity reps is going to become really important as people get dinged, throughout the year. Inside handoff for the Vikings, takes it around the right-hand side, turning the corner, and he is.
11.
Aaron Evans with a 21-yard Viking touchdown, and all of a sudden the Vikings up 39 with 11:50 to go here in the first half. 21-yard touchdown by Aaron Evans.
Ryan Strickland set the kick with the 18.
Ryan Strickland already going to need to ice his leg at halftime as he had multiple kickoffs and multiple extra point attempts. Snap is down, kick is up, and kick is no good.
Kick is wide, no good.
Our score with 11:50 to go here in the first half. West Columbus up by 39. And
that brings your score: Vikings 39, Spartans 0.
So, I got a break in the action. Let's see if we can give another shout out. Let's give a shout out to our men and women who are law enforcement officers and our firefighters here in Columbus County. They do a fantastic job keeping us all safe, and really got to respect the men in blue and our firefighters who boldly go where many of us would be, fear to tread. So thank you for all of our firefighters, our police officers, our first responders, and everything they do to help us respect the law and order and keep it safe here in Columbus County. So once again, our firefighters, our first responders, our police officers, our sheriff's officers, thanks a lot for all you do. If you have an idea for a shout out, just send it to me on text or a comment, because unfortunately my usual broadcast partner, Brett Burrows, is under the weather. Have just recovered from surgery. Hope you get well soon, Brett. We look forward to seeing you next weekend. Young Matt Gore has a youngin' with him now who takes up a lot of his time, so he'll be here with us a little bit later on in the season, too. Strickland to kick off once again. Deep kickoff. Going to roll all the way into the end zone, and we have our first touchback of the new football season. First and 10, Union ball will be on the 20-yard line.
Union will take over on their own 20-yard line.
11:50 to go here in the first half. Union with the ball first and 10 on the 20, and desperately needing some positives to take with them into that locker room at halftime. Wholesale substitutions along that Viking defense, trying to get some guys in and out of there, get them some varsity experience early. Some alignment changes for Union. Dangerously coming close on that 30-second clock. Shotgun snap taken around by the quarterback on the right-hand side. Picks up a couple of yards where he's brought down by number 15. Number 15, don't have a 15. We'll just say it's Degner Axelberg today.
15, Sean Murchison.
Okay, Sean Murchison. He was a sophomore, so he finally got that correction. If you get a chance, go see the roster on Max Preps. If you want to see a great history of West Columbus football, you see some of the greats of the past and present for West Columbus. Check out Max Preps here on your internet. Short handoff off to the left-hand side. Picks up about maybe one, and it'll be a quick third down for Union.
Tackle number 12, Junior Stewart.
Junior Stewart on the tackle for the Vikings. Third and about 6 for Union. High snap corralled. Just barely gets the handoff. Taking off around the right side. Picking up a first down is Union's number 5.
Number 5, Cameron Wright, the ball carrier. Be enough for
Cameron Wright
first down.
with a Spartan first down. And a much needed first down for Union, as they needed some air and they needed something good to happen to take into that locker room. First and 10 for the Union. Quick hitter up the middle by number 5 once again, and he'll pick up a quick 5. Finally getting a little breathing room is Union, as the Spartans are now faced with about a 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6 on their own 36-yard line. Once again, split backfield, quarterback in the shotgun. Takes it himself, picking and bobbing and weaving, gets maybe 1 or 2, and it'll be a quick 3rd and 3 with 9:14 to go here in the first half. Third down, and Union once again in that spot of needing, a decent amount of yardage, but a chance to get a little bit of breathing room and a little bit of rest for their defense as we go into halftime. 3rd and 5 for the Spartans. West Columbus looking to pin their ears back. Quickly in the backfield is big, number 65, DJ Bryant.
Tackle for a loss.
That's what you call making a statement, folks. DJ Bryant. It looks like he engulfs the running back on that play. And the loss of 3 will bring it 4th and 2.
Loss of about 3 on the play will bring up 4th and 8.
4th and 8, excuse me. I'm looking at it going the other direction. 4th and 8, sorry.
Is it? No. Nope. It's 4. It's 4. Okay.
Kick is up. A little bit short of the up back. Gets past him. Picked up on about the 26-yard line. He'll take it off to the left before he's thrown down. Jason Powell picking his first action. Picks up about 4 or 5. And he'll bring the ball up to the 31. Well, the Vikings will take over 1st and 10 with 7:53 to go here in the first half. Up 39. This change of possession brought to you by the American Red Cross. Our great volunteers not only do blood donation, but to do disaster relief. So let's give a shout out during this change of possession to the American Red Cross.
I know it comes natural either way.
1st and 10 Vikings. Ball handed off up the middle. Picking his way to the left is number 4. And John Powell. And he looks to go to the house.
With the touchdown, Vikings.
But we have laundry on the field. But we have a flag on the field.
Flag is down on the field.
Offensive holding the call against the Vikings. And a nice 69-yard run comes back with offensive holding. And instead of 7 on the board for the Vikings, it'll be 1st and 20 for West Columbus. Gotta love it. If you're Jason Powell is like, guys, come on. That's my chance to get in the paper. Got an injury timeout for Union all the way down here by the goal line. They have an injury timeout. And let's give a shout out to the great kids at CCCA. A lot of them are broadcasting their first ball game tonight under the direction of Miss Connie Falk. A lot of these freshmen getting their first opportunity to see game action and do a live broadcast. So let's give a shout out to our young kids at CCCA. Once again, under the direction of Connie Falk, the new principal at Columbus Curran College Academy is Christian Godwin this year. And a lot of good changes going on here in Columbus County. So let's give a shout out to not only the kids at CCCA, but the program at the Columbus County Early College. Get a chance to come out there and see what they're all about. We have culinary out there under Chef Axelberg. We have medals with Mr. Willie Lloyd. We have masonry with Fred Mason. We have broadcasting with Miss Connie Falk. A lot of good stuff to come out and see. Come out and see the future skill people and tradespeople in Columbus County and see what they're all about, because at Southeastern Community College, they're a big part of what's going on here in the future of Columbus County. Okay, it's going to be 1st and about 14. Apparently, the hold happened a little bit further up than we thought. So 1st and 14, ball is on about the 26. Snap off to the right-hand side. It looks like he's going to turn the corner. Jahan Powell getting the ball again.
Jahan Powell, enough for the Viking first down.
Picks up about 15 or 20, and so good they gave him 3 names, Jahan Lassane Powell. I mean, sounds like a law firm, doesn't it? 1st and 10, Vikings ball on their own 45, looking to punch it in one more time before halftime, 7:28 to go here in the first half. Nothing happened as number 10 for Union takes him down in the backfield. Nice blitz off that left-hand side, and they'll lose maybe 1. And it'll be 2nd and 11, or 10.5 for the Vikings. Okay, they got to move that stick back a little bit. Losing millimeters. 2nd and about 10.5 for the Vikings. Offside, and we'll make it 2nd and about 5.5, 6.
Offsides defense. 5 yards. 2nd down.
2nd and 5.5 yards. Handoff off the right-hand side. Tripped up after a gain of 1 or 2.
Jahan the same Powell, the ball carrier.
Jahan the same Powell. Looks like he can get the bulk of the carries as we get further into this ball game. And good experience for the young man, who I'm sure the Vikings are going to need
to bring up 3rd and 4.
As these games start to, and the stakes start to mount for the Vikings. Good to have that, second and third tier running back, who's doing a great job. 3rd down for the Vikings. Drops back to pass. Looked like he went to his knee, got away with it, picked it up all the way back across the field. Does not get the first down, is number 5, and that's James Craven Axelberg.
Reception by number 5, James Craven Axelberg.
You can always tell where the family's sitting.
Injury timeout, Union.
It looks like another cramp for a Union player, so we have an injury timeout. So who can we give a shout-out to this time? Once again, send your suggestions to the Facebook pages of West Columbus or Columbus County Schools.
We'd like to ask, do you want to stick around during halftime? Our mini cheerleaders will be performing.
Let's give a shout-out to the mini cheerleaders of West Columbus. Did a great job in cheer camp this year. A lot of good stuff going on here at halftime. And, again, we'll have an interview with John Browning, the new principal here at West Columbus High School.
Football campers in their T-shirts.
A lot of great things happened over the summer. These youth sports camps. West Columbus area does a great job with their youth programs, really developing not only good athletes and good cheerleaders in Columbus County, but they do a great job of creating great young women and great young men in all their sports. Because they really, I had a chance to talk to a number of them, and they really spotlight character education with this youth sports program. It's important to them not only to teach them how to play the game well, but it's important to them to teach them, how to make good choices in life and how important school is. And, the good values that come from being in a youth sports program really, are meaningful. So if you get a chance, get your kid involved, not only in youth sports, but any kind of youth activity here in Columbus County. There's a number of opportunities. The important thing is just to get involved. Let's go ahead and give our next shout out to Southeastern Community College, a great partner in education. Had the mobile lab come around the school, the county this year. Did a lot of great things, showing off some of the great things that are going on at Southeastern Community College. So let's give a shout out to Southeastern Community College under the correction of President Chris English. And if you get a chance, talk to him or talk to anybody at Columbus County Schools about the great apprenticeship programs that are going on between Southeastern and Columbus County Schools. Get a chance to talk to Kelly Jones or Chris English or anybody from either school board or central office or the president's staff here at Southeastern. They do a great job of really trying to get our young men involved in work type situations and really develop the future workforce here in Columbus County. Looks like a blitz coming by Union. Just inside is Jahan Powell. Powell picks up enough for the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 Vikings on about the 37-38 of Union. 5:19 to go here in the first half, which, if you're a Union fan, could not end soon enough.
Hey, Blake. My bad, dog. I think I was a little loud on that last one. I keep going up real so fast.
1st and 10 Vikings, ball on about the 38. Yeah, Delkin and Diamond is number 9, and that is Jameer Dorsey. Dorsey getting in the action is going to get his opportunities. Quick 8 or 9 for West Columbus, but we do have Laundry on the field. Miss saying that. Call on the field. It's a personal foul, face mask against Union, and it'll push West Columbus deeper into Union territory.
It'll be a 15-yard penalty will push us deeper into Spartan territory.
1st and 10, Vikings ball on the 15. Correction, that'd be the 17. Inside handoff to Jahan Powell. Powell takes it around the left-hand side. He'll take it to the corner. And Jahan Lassane Powell with the 16-yard touchdown for West Columbus. Save that ball, young man. That's his first varsity touchdown. And West Columbus all of a sudden up 45-0, 4:24 to go here in the first half.
Let's give Jahan Lassane Powell a hand. That's his first touchdown as a varsity football player.
Nice round of applause by the Vikings, the Viking faithful. You know, really, you know, clapping that young man up. Always love to see that, supporting all the young men. High snap, corralled. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Our score, 4:24 to go here in the first half. West Columbus up 46-0.
Spartans, 0.
We have another change in the action. Let's give a shout out tonight to the West Columbus Viking cheerleaders. Always doing a great job representing West Columbus very well. The senior captains are Lila Bullard, Victoria Burge, Chloe Gordon, and Jordan Newkirk. Juniors, Kennedy Graham, Layla King, Taylor Lancaster, Alicia Long, Morgan Nix, Alice Christian Spivey, Addison Williams, and the sophomores are Brianna Bennett, Ariana Britt, Madison Green, and Abby McClenny. They are coached by Tasha Dyson. And a number of these young ladies had a chance to go to Hawaii over the summer and do Cheer Hawaii, which is always a great experience. And they also participated in the mini cheer camp and did a great job teaching these young Viking ladies to get a chance to come out and and see what it's like being a cheerleader, in the future in Cerro Gordo. So, shout out today to our Viking cheerleaders. Ball taken by Union. Brings it up to about the 30-yard line.
Number 5, Cameron Wright, the ball carrier.
Cameron Wright, the ball carrier. Brought down by Christian Gordon. And Christian Norton, excuse me. 4:13 to go here in the first half. Vikings up 45. Shotgun snap taken by the quarterback. It'll be a keeper off to the left-hand side. Stacked up by the right side of that defensive line, led by Ryder Haynes and number 24. That's Noah Godwell.
Noah Godwin and a host of
Sorry, Noah Godwin. Clock ticking down. Under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Union content to take their time and just get into halftime and try to see what they need to do. 46-0 our score with, time ticking mercifully down here in the first half if you're a Union Spartan fan. Inside handoff once again, picks up maybe a yard, maybe two. It'll be a quick third down.
Tackle made by number 21, Xavier Tart, and number 22, Ryder Haynes.
Xavier Tart and Ryder Haynes on a tackle for West Columbus.
Will bring up 3rd and about 9.
3rd and 9 for Union. Clock ticking just about to 3 minutes. Union in no hurry. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Drives forward for about 2 or 3, and it'll be 4th down.
Short game will bring up 4th down.
Get a chance, while you're at the game tonight, look over that brand new scoreboard over in the corner of the right end zone for West Columbus. West Columbus folks making this place look beautiful. Brand new scoreboard here on the campus of West Columbus. Booming kick. Dangerously caught, but kept a hold of. And I think discretion would have been the better part of battling on that. But I think Coach is going to have a talk with that young man. He's like, young man, you need to let that one go because you about took your head off your shoulders. 1st and 10 Vikings. Ball on the Viking, looks like about the 35. Minute 58 to go here in the first half. Vikings up 46. Once again, the Vikings making another switch at quarterback, getting these young men as much playing time as they can. Hand off out the right-hand side to number 15, Sean Murchison.
Number 15, Sean Murchison. The ball carrier will be enough for a Viking.
Murchison picks up about 14 and gets the Viking first down with 1:51 to go here in the first half.
Quarterback change as well. And for Unique Kelly, we have number 12, Junior Stewart.
Junior Stewart now the quarterback for West Columbus, taking over for Unique Kelly. Once again, very important to develop bench depth early in the season as these games are going to become more and more important every week, and you need all hands on deck. Inside handoff to number 25. Don't have a name on it.
Landon Stewart, the ball carrier.
Landon Stewart, the ball carrier. Be second and about 6 for the Vikings.
3 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 7.
Ball just a quarter past half midfield. It'll be on the Union side. Probably we'll call it the 49. Fumble on the handoff. They called it a forward pass. That's iffy. I think that's an official saying, yeah, let's get this half over. Mercifully, if you're a West Columbus fan, called a incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd and about
Bring up 3rd and about 7.
6 or 7. Under a minute to go, 57 seconds here in the first half. Again, we'll have a halftime chat with John Browning, the new principal here at West Columbus. See if we can listen to that West Columbus High School band. Once again, school starting for Columbus County in just a little over a week on the 28th. The early college actually is back. Those kids have been back since August 2nd. Corralled and brought down. Big Union tackle by looks like number 51.
Tackle made in the backfield will be a loss on the play. We'll bring up 4th down.
4th down, and for the first time tonight, I think we're going to see the West Columbus punt team get their first action of the young season. I think West Columbus is going to try and take as much time off the clock as they can.
We'll bring out Ryan Strickland for the punt.
Ryan Strickland's trying to figure out. He's like, yo, can I just sit down for a minute? I think West Columbus is very content to let the clock go all the way down, take the delay of game, and and not give Union more than a handful of seconds to do anything. And honestly, I don't think Union would be upset if they just let this thing go. Delay game called.
Delay of game is the call.
It looked like about 2 seconds before the clock completely ran down. 5-yard penalty. And
It'll be a 5-yard penalty.
think we may get a snap off, and that'll be the ball game. That'd be halftime. West Columbus back to kick. Strickland, one of the many times we've seen him. Ball goes way over his head. Just fall on it. Wise decision by Ryan Strickland to end the half.
And that will conclude the first half. Vikings 46, Union 0.
Let's see. We're going to take a quick break, see if we can get John Browning up here at halftime to give us a little halftime talk. And if not, we'll see you back for second half action here on the get a chance to check out these mini cheerleaders. And, we're going to see. Like I said, we'll take a quick time out, and we'll see if we can get John Browning up here. If not, we're going to enjoy these cheerleaders performing at halftime. So, see you in second half action, just a few minutes.
12 young ladies attended camp this year, learning cheers, motions, dances, and stunts. This annual event is a huge fundraiser for the Viking varsity cheer team and helps pay for camp each year. They will now perform some cheers they learned during camp week. Thank you to all who continue to support our cheer teams.
Ms. Godwin says, good job, CCCA broadcasting team. Have you seen Browning?
All right, let's give them a hand. Good job, ladies. We can introduce you now to the varsity cheerleading squad, 2023-2024 school year. Seniors Lila Bullard, captain. Victoria Bird, captain. Chloe Gordon, captain. Jordan Newkirk, captain. Juniors Kennedy Graham, Layla King, Taylor Lancaster, Alicia Long, Morgan Nix, Alice Christian Spivey, Addison Williamson, sophomores Brianna Bennett, Ariana Britt, Madison Green, Abby McClenny, and Coach Tasha Dyson. Let's give them a hand.
Can you give Mr. Browning up to the press box?
Principal Browning, if you could report to the press box. Principal Browning, if you can hear me, please report to the press box. It's one of your first assignments here.
Ron, avoided me like the plague last year, too. Ron, yeah.
It's so weird seeing her
Them white boy,
when that picture's with the white one you're talking about the tans. But I mean, what are you gonna do?
Who else can I give a shout out to that I haven't already?
Man, I think you covered everybody. I mean,
I've got the FFA coming up in the second half.
yeah, okay. Yeah, you covered. I mean, shoot, you covered the current players in the college, mom squad,
Cheerleaders,
yeah,
the firefighters, and the cops.
past players from Xander and Jagger. whoever did the grounds crew, I mean, you could maybe mention how the field looks better this year.
Absolutely. I already talked about the new scoreboard already too.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure who did this, but
You need to mention that scoreboard. That's gorgeous.
it is. I know.
Don't pay for that.
I'm not sure. I know they're still looking for sponsors. So
You can put that out there in the second half. You're looking for something to do.
absolutely, I'll get an update from Jeff because he's always in the know and all
Oh,
this. And I find out. I'm like on a need to know basis.
I'm looking for something to talk about that I already talked about.
I don't know.
How you doing? All right. No worries. We're about to do a halftime interview anyway. Okay, we are back. John Browning making his way up to the press box. You know, Mr. Browning, brand new to West Columbus High School, but not brand new to Columbus County. Was at East Columbus last year, doing a fine job. Got the opportunity to move up to the principalship. How you doing, sir? Once again, you know, Mr. Browning, brand new to West Columbus, but if you've been around the east end of the area last year, not new to Columbus County at all. Mr. Browning, welcome to Viking Country.
Thank you. Welcome back to Viking Country.
Tell us a little bit about your background. I know, like I said, a lot of folks in Columbus County know who you are, but give us a little bit of the John Browning story.
Well, my story began in the teaching profession in Robinson County, actually. I was taught at Fairmont Middle School. And then I had an opportunity to come over to Columbus County. I started at Evergreen Elementary. And from there, I transferred over here to West Columbus. From there, I ended up at South Columbus. Then I served as assistant principal at Tabor City School. And now I've come full circle.
Now, does that make you a jack of all trades or a master of none at this point?
A master of none.
There you go.
At this point. But I'm really excited to be back.
Talk to us a little bit about being back in Viking Country and some of the great things going on here at West Columbus High School this year.
Well, I'm super excited. When I came back, it was like just coming back home because I love this community, I love this school. And West Columbus is just a place where we have a family atmosphere. And this year we're just excited about all the existing programs because West Columbus is synonymous with FFA. We have new programs for our upperclassmen. We're trying to get our younger students excited about coming back into this environment because, as you know, last year was our first return to normalcy.
Yeah.
So just trying to get everyone back on board, moving in the same direction. I've had the opportunity to meet with all of my teachers. I'm just excited to do that.
You know, there's a saying, once a Viking, always a Viking, and I think you kind of embody that.
Yeah, I'm living proof.
Yeah.
Once a Viking, always a Viking.
Talk to us a little bit about your goals for West Columbus this year.
Well, my main goal is focus, and that's going to be a word that I stress because we have to be focused. We have to be moving in the same direction. And for me, you know, being a new principal, I need to really focus my goals and to get everyone moving in the same direction. So if I had to choose one word, it would be focus.
Now, having said that, you are the beneficiary of a lot of great community support. And Sarah, talk to us a little bit about, how helpful it is to have those great community partners and stakeholders really working with the education program here at West Columbus.
It's invaluable because we can't succeed unless we have community support. And I've seen that, in my experience. If the community support's not there, it's going to be a struggle. And even, in the 3 weeks that I've been here, I've had multiple visits. I've had multiple phone calls, just parents stopping by, telling me that they're here for me, whatever I need. And that's a phrase I keep hearing over and over. Whatever you need from us, we're here for you. And that means the world.
Absolutely. Parents, kids, adults, getting involved with our young people. You can't stress enough. It takes a community to raise a child, as you well know. And, given that opportunity, I'm sure West Columbus is destined for great things. And we appreciate, having strong leaders come in who want to be here and stress that family community aspect here in Columbus County Schools. And I know that's important to you as well.
Right. In Columbus County, I think, because I've been around, I've been to a couple of different school districts, and nothing against those school districts. But Columbus County, I found that this to be the most family-friendly atmosphere, where the parents want to be involved. The parents want to help the school. And a lot of times we see a lot of criticism out there about public education in general, but I don't find that here in Columbus County.
Now, having said that, I talked a little bit about this last year during a couple ball games, and I know it's going to be a point of emphasis. I know it has been at CCCA, which we're already back to school, and attendance, and how important it is to get your young men and young women to school. Can you talk to us a little bit about how important, being a good, solid attendance is to a child's, educational success?
We've seen in the recent past that learning outside of the school can really be a struggle. And for us as educators, we had to stress the importance of attendance, but we also had to give our children a good reason to want to come to school, to not want to be out of school. So it's a challenge for us, and that's why the partnership with the parents is so important, because you have to have parents on board. You have to have parents believing it. I don't want my child to miss school because they might miss something, and it's true. And we've seen it, and the statistics bear that out.
Now, having that opportunity to have been on the East End, the South End, and the West End, how difficult is it going to be for you this year once the conference season gets going to manage all those different loyalties?
Yeah, my wife told me, she said, I have gear about every school in this county. She said, so we're good no matter where we go, but, at the end of the day, we're all on the same team. The rivalries are great, but they're rivalries that are built out of respect. They're built out of tradition. And I believe, and I firmly believe that every school in this county, they respect it. And it's, to me, I can't wait.
All righty, well, John Browning, welcome back to the West Columbus community. We look forward to seeing you maybe during basketball season. We'll get a chance to talk to you again, see how the year's going. If there's anything you want to highlight, I think maybe it's next week. Columbus County Schools Convocation is on the campus of West Columbus School and West Columbus High School, and you're going to have a whole parcel of folks here next week.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to that. Last year, I felt like the momentum that was started at the convocation carried through, and everyone got really excited about where we were going as a district, and I think convocation had a lot to do with it. So we're looking forward to that.
All right, we'll be back with second half action here on the Columbus County Game of the Week here on Friday Night Lights from CCCA.
Thank you. I appreciate everything.
Did that go well for you?
Yeah, we will.
Ron has ditched me all last year.
She dodged you.
Yeah.
I really.
What I want to do is I want to highlight these people. Obviously you being a pretty friend, I want to get to it. But like next week, I want to do the bomb squad, maybe like the change to one. I try to get those people who don't get represented and get them a chance to get an interview.
I appreciate that. That means a lot.
Yeah, so if there's anything you want to highlight in the given week we're out here, just let us know.
Okay. And the work you guys do to showcase our student athletes.
Trying to, man. You got my email with our student news on it, right?
I got you.
Thank you.
Be taken care of. I like their condition.
Oh, yeah. We already need a shout out to Carrier today.
Good deal.
You can watch us even in the press box right here in the concession stand right now. Yeah, we're on West Columbus Facebook and we're on Columbus County Schools Facebook. and we'll be on YouTube later on tonight. So.
Yeah, I talked to Brett. Brett said he couldn't make it tonight.
He tore his bicep.
Yeah.
And Matt just had a kid.
Yeah?
Yeah, because Matt Gore's his backup.
Okay.
So I'm talking for 4 hours by myself. So you want to do some second half announcing with me again?
No, that's all right. I'll leave it to the pro.
I've been talking for about a part of 2 hours.
Yeah. Well,
I've given a shout out to the cops. I've given a shout out to the Red Cross. I've given a shout out to the mini cheerleaders, the cheerleaders.
Recognize the youth
well, if it's
football
any
campus. We'd
consolation,
like to give them
second
a
half will
shout
go
out.
by
We
quickly.
have a youth
Well, it's going to be
football
running clock.
night, September 29th.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Against Whitefield. We
I
will
told you I'd take good
recognize
care
the
of
youth
you.
football night.
I appreciate that. Promise kid.
And the camp was put on by Coach Lamont Bates.
Connie, could you hear him?
I wasn't listening.
'Cause I don't think I had his mic on the whole time. Hey, folks, I don't know if I had his mic on, but he did a great job anyway. I was having a conversation by myself, maybe. So, if you didn't hear him, I do apologize. Second half action about to start. Doesn't go 10 yards. And we're off to a sudden stop here in the second half.
I always thought that was a penalty. They just get it where it's at.
It is a penalty, but they will take it where it lies.
Vikings will take over in Spartan territory around the 48-yard line.
48-yard line, first and 10 Vikings. Once again, number 12, Junior Stewart, the quarterback. Handoff up the middle to number 21. And that was Xavier Tart. Gets a couple of steps before being swallowed up by the center of that Union line. We are under a running clock here in Saragordo, as it's a 46-point lead for West Columbus. West Columbus in no hurry. Stewart in the shotgun. Hand off to number 15 around the right-hand side. Steps out of bounds at about the...
Big run by number 15, Sean Murchison.
Sean Merchant taken down
A first down by
at about the 27. We have an injury timeout for Union. You know what? Let's give a shout out to the training staff from West Columbus High School. You know, young man from Union down. They hustled down and got to him as quickly as they could. Doesn't matter whether he's wearing white or blue. These trainers for West Columbus hustled down there to help that young man. You can't say enough for that. While we have a break in the action for an injury timeout, let's give a shout out to the West Columbus FFA, purveyors of fine pork chop sandwiches and sausage dogs. And if there's somebody down there listening, can you send one up here? You know what? Let's give another shout out to the West Columbus groundskeeping staff. The facilities here are absolutely beautiful today. You know, this field looks outstanding, well manicured. They got the new scoreboard up. I mean, you can't say enough about the facilities here at West Columbus High School. Doing a fantastic job as this custodial staff, this groundskeeping staff. West Columbus folks taking pride in their facilities and really making it look, you know, stand tall and look sharp for their young men and young women. Young man looks like he's cramped up a little bit. We'll go ahead and we'll keep this moving. Nice hand for Adams as he comes off to the other side of the field. Show of class by the West Columbus faithful, giving him a round of applause. First and 10 after the run by Murchison. It'll be first and 10 West Columbus on about the 27-yard line.
And that's West Bladen and South Columbus.
West Bladen and South Columbus are tied up 14-14 at the half.
West Columbus and South Columbus tied up at 14 in the halftime. West Columbus and South Columbus.
West Bladen.
Yeah. West Blade and South Columbus tied up at the half, 14-14. Tripping over my own tongue, y'all. Backside counter. Sniffed out by number 57 for Union. Landon Stewart on the carry. Again, clock running, 9:30 to go here in the third quarter. West Columbus taking their time, mostly JVs right now. Well, young varsity and young JV players playing up, getting the opportunity to get quality minutes here in a varsity contest, which will become, and I know I said this a number of times this week, but getting valuable reps in the non-conference game is going to be important when these games start meaning stuff. Backside handoff to the right-hand side, taken down to the backfield by number 10. And that's number 32 for West Columbus, and that is Tykees Hollingsworth. Third and about 12 for the Vikings. Third and about 12 for the Vikings. Couldn't find the other stick, y'all.
Oh, now they move it to the 11.
Yeah, now it's 11. Guys, I'm working here by myself. You got to work with me.
You were right. You were right. Then he moved.
It's these LED binoculars. I can see all now. I'm looking forward to a couple weeks when we go to South Columbus. I can see those black on gray numbers. Stewart pitches off to the left, number 34. All the way around the left. He's going to take it into the end zone.
Number 34, Caleb Sweetney.
Caleb Sweetney gets a Viking touchdown. Sweetney with a ball that is a 28, 29-yard touchdown for Sweetney, getting the score column, and it's making it 52-0 in favor of the Vikings. 7:45 to go here in the third.
And we'd like to welcome Caleb Sweetney here. He moved here from the Bahamas in the spring. It's his first ever touchdown. First game ever playing football.
Sweetney, first time playing high school football. First Viking touchdown. And first time playing in a high school football game. Welcome, Sweetney. Kick is up, and it is good.
The point is good.
West Columbus 53, Union nothing, and
Score 53-0.
yeah. Transfer student from the Bahamas. I think he found the weather pretty accommodating at this point. I think he's thinking this is a cool day. $6:50 to go with a running clock. And we got a quick change of possession, so let's figure out another shout-out. Let's give a shout-out to those great folks in the concession stand working hard tonight. Hot as heck and working around, all that heat, with the food and the fries and the drinks and the hot dogs. So let's give a shout-out to the great concession stand workers here at Viking Field tonight. Taking a quick moment off the change of possession. Let's give a shout out to Matt Gore. Congratulate him on the birth of his second child. All the ladies in this house running him bragging today, keeping him wide open. Give a shout out and a get well wish to Brett Burris. Can't wait to see you back next week. Brett, my usual sidekick and running buddy. And Brett, we're hoping you'll feel better after your recent injury, so we're going to take good care of you. We're going to get back together and do a lot of bad comedy as the season goes on here on Friday Night Lights here in Columbus County.
Let's welcome number 81, Zyron Singleton, in to kick for the Vikings.
Zyron Singleton is finally giving some rest to the West Columbus kicking staff, who put in more than their fair share tonight. And his first attempt, pooch kick, taken and fumbled and followed on by Union on about the 39-yard line.
Falling on around the 39-yard line.
I think it surprised everybody, including the kicker.
Union's on 39-yard line.
First and 10, Spartans ball on their own 39, down 53, and a quick third quarter. Handoff up the right-hand side, picks up about 3 or 4 by me. And still scrapping, God bless him. These young kids getting an opportunity to show their wares here in a varsity game, trying to show their coaches, something to put on tape that they can, use to push their cause. And these kids are going to hustle until that final whistle, trying to get something to put good on film to go into next week. Quick snap, almost taken by West Columbus. Short game, maybe 1, and it'll be third and about maybe 3. Taking a look at this. Taking a look at this West Columbus schedule. They open tonight against Union. Next Friday night, they'll be home against Sandhills. We'll have that game here on Columbus County Sports Radio. Then the following 3 weeks they're away. They're at West Bladen on the 1st, at St. Paul's on the 8th, at Trask on the 15th. Open on September 22nd. A big ball game against Whiteville on September 29th. Drive up the middle, maybe gets 1 or 2, and it'll be 4th down. Once again, after that.
They're calling it a first down, Spartans. As they make their way into
Spartans getting the ball at midfield and knocking on Viking territory, 1st and 10. So after the Whiteville game on September 29th, then another big home ball game against South Columbus at home. Then they travel to East Bladen on October 13th. October 20th, they're home against Pender. Then the crosstown clash against East Columbus on October 27th. First down.
A loss on the play.
Maybe a
shipload of Vikings.
And
there's a flag down on the play.
And yes, folks, he did say a shipload of Vikings.
That was Franklin Davis gave me that a couple of years ago.
Flag on the play.
Shout out Franklin Davis.
Yeah. Personal foul against
Personal foul is the call against the Vikings.
Shout out to Franklin Davis for a shipload of Vikings. Once again, Franklin Davis, our Columbus County School sports historian and wise sage of all rules interpretations. Shout out to Franklin tonight.
He did tell me to say it at my own risk. I will say that.
First and 10, Union with their deepest penetration of the evening. Ball on the Viking 35. Ditson Dyes looks like he may pick up about 7 or 8 at this point. And deepest penetration for Union as we get to about the 90-second mark left in the third quarter. Union looking to punch the ball in and get at least something good on tape and not wanting to get shut out the first ball game of the season. 2nd and 4 for Union on the 29 with a little over a minute here to go in the third. Ball start, nobody, don't think I see anybody throwing a flag. Yeah, but there it is. Laundry on the field. Illegal shift, 2 men in motion for Union.
Illegal shift against Union.
We'll probably have one more play, and then that'll be the end of the third quarter. And out to the right-hand side, looks like by a shipload of Vikings. The end of 3 here on Sarah Gorda.
That will conclude the third quarter. Vikings up 53.
Union deep in Viking territory, down 53, but knocking on the door, desperately working to avoid that shutout. 12 minutes to go here in Viking country. We'll take a quick timeout and we'll be back for fourth quarter action on the Columbus County Sports Network. I got a break. Anybody want to come and announce the fourth quarter? Anybody want to come and announce the fourth quarter? Back to fourth quarter action here in the Columbus County Game of the Week. We got a great schedule coming for you this year. Let's see if I can go ahead and pull this up for you. Our football schedule for this year will be, this week we are Union at West Columbus. Next week, West against Sandhills here in Viking country. Following week on September 1st, we are East Columbus hosting Roanoke Rapids. The 8th, we'll have East Columbus at home against West Bladen, and East Columbus on the 15th against Pender. On the 22nd, Pender will be at South Columbus. On the 29th, we'll have, I believe it's East and South Columbus. And the following week on the 6th, we'll have South Columbus and West Columbus, followed by the 13th of October, Trask at South, the 20th, Pender at West Columbus. And we'll finish the year off with the great crosstown rivalry, West Whiteville at South Columbus on October 27th.
Can I get your copy of the notes? Do you have a copy of notes?
I did, but it got disappeared on me. Jeff. Action resumes here on the campus of West Columbus High School. Timeout Union.
Timeout Union.
10:49 to go here before we call it an evening. And a lot of great high school football yet to come. Not only that, but if I can get Jeff Axelberg to look my way one more time. The deadline for West Columbus Youth Sports is the 31st of August. Get a chance. There's still an opportunity to get your young men signed up for youth sports here in the West Columbus area. Get a chance. Again, the West Columbus Youth Sports Program, look at, they create, they're good student athletes. We have cheerleading for the first time. And not only do they learn how to play and how to cheer with the West Columbus Youth Sports Program, but that program supports good character, and they produce, good men, young men and young women. And they really push being good young men and young women, good students, and good representatives of our community. Great values being taught by that West Columbus Youth Sports Program. So if you get a chance, give them your support. Come out and see them. They got a bowl game coming up here soon. Fumble recovered by Union. We'll go back the other direction.
Is recovered by the Spartans.
Spartans will take over on about the 35. On the Vikings 34-yard line. Excuse me. Run the clock. Union with the ball once again and the opportunity to score on the West Columbus 35. A lot of JVs in on both sides, but a lot of good opportunity for learning and a good opportunity for coaching up these young men who are going to play big roles as we get a little bit further in the season. Nice play on the defensive backfield.
Tackle made by number 25, Landon Stewart.
Landon Stewart makes the play in the backfield, heads up play from that defensive end spot.
Tackle for a loss.
Loss of about 3 will bring up 2nd and 13.
Second and about 13.
And it may seem like the game's out of step right now and out of reach, but good opportunity for quality reps for these young men and young women who may need to step in and fill a big role for these Vikings. When these games are meaningful, and you want them to get as much learning opportunity as they can. So a lot of coaching and a lot of learning still to be done here in this football game. Viking defense stretching it out. Another big loss.
Tackle made in the backfield. Number 44, Kenny Barfield.
Kenny Barfield with a tackle deep in the Union backfield. And it'll be 3rd and a country mile for the Union Spartans. 9:19 to go here in the 4th quarter. Just a little bit more time before the issue's in doubt. But let's give a big hand for these young Vikings and young Spartans still playing hard here in the 4th quarter and getting the opportunity to, experience what varsity football is like. And you can't discount those experiences. Motion to the right, handoff, swallowed up by that Viking defense, and just nothing happening, and Union going, unfortunately for them, the opposite direction they want to go.
Tackle made by host of Vikings, led by number 2, Tristan Freed.
4th and fair bluff for the Spartans. They'll need to go at least to Whiteville to get a first down. Back to pass is number 10, but he does not have much of a chance to set before he's brought down
Made in the backfield will be a turnover on downs.
by number 24. Number 20.
Number 24.
And that is Noah Godwin. Godwin with the big sack creates a change of possession, and West Columbus will go back the other direction on about the 45, 46-yard line. During this change of possession, I know I said this about a half a quarter ago, but let's give a shout-out to the folks who take care of the grounds here at West Columbus. These fields look absolutely fantastic. Doing a great job taking care of, it's been a dry, hot summer, and these fields just look absolutely beautiful. So, great shout-out to the groundskeeping crew and the custodial staff here at West Columbus High School. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Handoff to number 21. And that is Xavier Tart. Picks up maybe 2 or 3, and it'll be
Number 21 is Xavier Tart.
picks up 1 actually, and it'll be 2nd and 9. The only issue in doubt now is the 50-50, which unfortunately I won't be winning. Remember, you can't win if you don't play, folks. So play the 50-50 at all your high school football games.
James Craven Axelberg in for the Vikings at quarterback.
James Craven Axelberg in a quarterback for the Vikings. 6:30 to go here in the 4th quarter. Low snap, corralled by Axelberg, pitched off to the left. Turning the corner, and great block downfield. And he is in the end zone.
Inbound number 21, Xavier Tart.
Xavier Tart with a 50-yard touchdown. And I'll tell you, that play was made by the block of the wide receiver on that side. 20 yards downfield blocking. And if you get a chance to see this over here on the corner, actually you won't get a chance to see this, but the backside, the receiver on that side did a fantastic job of taking his man completely out of the field.
Get your 50-50 tickets out now.
Okay, we got a stoppage in play here.
Josh, how much is it? $230.
50-50 tickets out. Pot is up to $230.
Not exactly sure what the delay is here. Run the clock.
Get your 50-50 tickets out.
50-50 coming up, and I think the pot is $230. Unfortunately, I didn't play, so I can't win. So make sure you play your 50-50 when you come out to these high school football games. We have a strange stoppage of play here. I can't exactly explain it at this point. Face mask against. We have a conference going on here at left-hand field.
50-50 time, everyone. Winning numbers are 4, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 7. That's 4, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 7.
They are waving off the flag, and it is a touchdown.
That is a touchdown, Vikings.
50-yard touchdown. And the Vikings on the scoreboard making it 59-0 for just a little over 4 minutes to go here in the ball game. Kicking is number 81.
Zyron Singleton.
Zyron Singleton looking to kick his first PAT of the young year. Substitutions in for the Vikings. A lot of time coming off the field. One team's taking his time, and the other team's proud of it. Now we're going to get this thing moving. As about a minute and a half has gone off the clock, and it's now 3.5 to go here in the ball game. High snap. Singleton kicks the ball. It is up, and it is no good.
Extra point is no good.
Our score with 3 minutes to go here in the ball game. Vikings up 59-0. And credit these Spartans, they have not laid down, they have not quit, and they've given a lot tonight to, sometimes you're just outmanned and outgunned, but credit these kids for Union playing hard and not giving up in spite of, adversity against a really strong West Columbus team. So let's give another shout out to Kelly Jones, who's listening to us, from somewhere in Columbus County tonight. Kelly Jones does a great job setting up for us each and every week. Does a great job for the arts programs in Columbus County. And if you get a chance, he's quite the poet as well. So make sure you catch up with Kelly Jones and, thank him for all he does to help us be on the air and be successful with these young gentlemen, and young women who are broadcasting with us each and every week. Kelly does a lot for Columbus County Schools. So if you get a chance, chat him up. He's got a great, wealth of knowledge of stuff going on in Columbus County, and does a lot of great things for our kids. Give a shout out to the Whiteville News Reporter for their great job, covering, Columbus County School sports. They do a great job. Franklin Davis and, his new protege is, just getting his feet wet here. I'll get his name for you in just 1 second. Do a great job covering high school sports. If you get a chance this week in the News Reporter was the Pigskin Preview Edition. Great coverage and a great chance to see who all is coming up in Columbus County sports. Line drive kickoff taken by Union and covered.
Kick by number 81, Zyron Singleton.
Singleton with the
I'd like to remind everybody
next Friday, once again, we're back here. A 7 o'clock game against Sandhills.
Next week, we'll be home again against Sandhills. 7 o'clock.
So under a minute to go here with You know, the issue not in doubt, our first ball game going to be in the books.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks, bro. You got it, brother.
That looks to be the last snap of the ball game. We got under 30 seconds to go.
Yes, sir. You too, brother, man. You too. Love you, Scott.
Still got a whole lot of pizza down there near the concession stand. They're selling whole pizzas for $12. Reduced down to $12 if you come get you a hot pizza.
Still got some pizzas down here in the concession stand.
Where's it at?
And that's the ball game.
Final score, Vikings.
Final score, Vikings open the year 59-0 with a big win. You know, again, next time, 7 o'clock, this Friday, coming Friday night, 1 week from today, they're going to host Sand Hills. They'll be taking on the Titans. So a clash of the Titans or clash of the Vikings next week on the campus of Saragordo and West Columbus. And a lot of good things look to be happening for West Columbus. A program who has risen up from the ashes, but looks to continue to rise as Lamont Williamson in his 5th year has now established the program and now looks to build the program. Had a great chance to see a lot of good things from the Vikings tonight. Again, the competition is only going to get harder and more stout from here. But the Vikings, to this point in the year, look up to the measuring stick that they set for themselves for a successful year. Got to give a shout out to the great folks at CCCA. These young kids got their feet wet tonight. For a lot of them, it was their first experience broadcasting anything. So give a shout out to all those kids tonight. Connie Falk, the great kids from CCCA, doing a fantastic job. Let me see if I can get those names for you. Yeah. So Sierra Newman, Bailey Overstreet, Ashlyn Jackson, Janasia Collins, Keani Graham, Annalie Powers, Isabella Jett, Kenneth Campbell, Britton Jacobs, and Carson Chadwick doing a great job here for us all night long, getting their feet wet, having a grand old time, and getting us off to a great start here for Columbus County High School football in 2023 and 2024. So, again, we have Sand Hills next week. Then we'll be on the road to East Columbus for a couple of weeks. But we got great high school football action coming here in Columbus County. I'd like to give a shout out to everyone listening in tonight. We appreciate you tuning in each and every week during the high school sports season. We hope to have you back. Next week we're going to talk to we're going to talk to Sherman Axelberg from the Mom Squad here at West Columbus. We're going to try and get Deshaun Vereen from the news reporter out here, brand new sports reporter in the area. We're going to give him a shout out and talk to him. So a lot of good things happening, and we look to see you here next week for the Columbus County Game of the Week on the CCCA Sports Network.